Snowy day. Little tribute to Don McLean. Vincent, if you're not familiar with the song, it's probably one of his best tunes, at least for me. Bit poignant. So there's that. Does it snow around here? And was there really a reason for getting the Eagle? Well, I think this question's been answered. And this stuff, hopefully, if we get some good weather, it will evaporate fairly quickly because it's a powdery type snow right now. And if you can see, the little monster, he's happy as a clam, shall we say. Yeah, it's definitely powdery, which goes bye-bye a lot sooner than the wet variety. But if it clears up real soon and gets somewhat kind of cold during the daytime, then you know you're gonna get really, really cold. Usually a day or two afterwards. But if you get some bright sunny days, doesn't necessarily have to be cold. It does evaporate. He is booking today. He's always kind of like the snow since he was a puppy, so he's getting up there. But I guess if you have kids or pets that are like kids, they're always going to be your baby, right? So, yep. Oh, and by the way, the recent rainfall we've had lately, like I mentioned before, as far as the collective effort, as far as grading, it's basically a joke. The roads around here are returning to normal, shall we say, when they get wet. So, yes, I guess this will be putting a little bit of hold on construction until the white stuff goes away to a manageable level. So you just take it easy. And watch a little fluffy, what are you, Okie dog? Like I mentioned before, he rarely barks. He's barked probably 24 times in his entire lifetime. Half of those were, we'll say defensive barks, like, hey, Dad, this isn't cool. And the other dozen barks are out of excitement. But most of it's excitement or pleading for attention or whatever, or puppy barks. Those happen every now and then, but he's barked about 24 times in his entire life, so he's pretty quiet. He communicates in other ways. Sometimes if he'll appreciate a song, he'll start humming along with it, but in general, he's quiet. He just makes you funny faces. You know, they say dogs can't smile or whatever. That's a bunch of BS because they can do all sorts of stuff with their ears and their muzzles and their eyes. So that's their way of expressing happy, joy, sadness, anger, upset, you name it. But it is a beautiful freaking day, though, by the way. It's a bit chilly. I'd say it's maybe high 20s right now. Fairly warm. Just enough for the snow not to make the ground into pea soup right now, which is nice. And that's what you want. You don't want it when it's barely cold enough for it to snow and to stick. So, yeah, man, he's doing all sorts of things this morning. And he knows what happens after the morning walk. All this, what do we call ourselves? A bipedal humanoid kind of thing, according to these canine things, which believe they're the supreme living organization on planet Earth. He looks forward to having his breakfast after his morning walk. And he'll get his morning breakfast as usual. Okie doke. The sky's a little bit gray. Otherwise, up ahead, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but there's a kind of a pivotal landmark for the United States. It's about actually 20 miles away, but it's crystal clear. We'll say 360 days out of a normal physical day year, because that's the air around here, just pure. The clarity is just awesome. Now, it's not so fun holding the camera without gloves. Problem with gloves is, it does weird things when you're trying to use your Star Trek machine and bringing the Baka Binker. So, skin is exposed to the elements right away, shall we say. There's a little bird. You see it? Actually, that's a crow. They're the main apex air predators around here. Occasionally, you get an eagle or a hawk and some other varieties, but the crows seem to take care of business, shall we say. But the smaller birds are smarter than you would think. They know when to lay low, hide, and just chill out when they're doing their thing. Because the crows they're opportunists. They'll go for anything. They'll even go for his food with me right beside him, watching him. Kind of like the elk around here, which is something you don't want to mess with, because the elk around here are not afraid of people. And if you've never seen an elk up close, one that's 8-9 feet tall without the racks, one swift kick and your smartphone, Google, it ain't gonna help you, shall we say. You're pretty much a goner. So when the elk are close by, you let them do what they want to do, other than the people that do other things to feast on them, shall we say. But the elk you don't want to mess with the elk. White-tailed deer, they're around here, but they're really elusive, shall we say? Yeah. I mean, you might get a spot of them, like a snapshot, and that's about it, and they're gone. Aloof. That was another word to to describe them. This is one of his favorite spots because this is where the coyotes and the badgers tend to, mark their territory or whatever. Actually, that's another thing you don't want to mess with. But apparently, we humans are kind of stinky, smelly, so the badgers, they don't want to mess with us because we're not Chanel number 5 to them, shall we say. Ooh, my fingers are getting kind of ouchy. As you can see, we're laying down fresh tracks. We're the first ones to corrupt this freshly fallen snow, which is strange because I asked yesterday the clerk at one of the stores in nearest town it was supposed to snow, and everyone said no. And the weather forecast really wasn't kind of predicting it, so oh well. Such is c'est la vie, shall we say. Right now, it'd be nice if Goofball would hurry it up because fingers, not looking forward to warming them up. It'll be fine. So I guess you could say this is Santa Claus weather. Frosty the Snowman weather. Any regrets on not rushing the Eagle to life? Nope. I think I mentioned it already. It's safe to say it'll be roadworthy, daily driver worthiness wise. Spring, summer, won't have any worries. You just take your time, especially with that. I mean, come on. If you bought a new car and you had problems with it, which is pretty common nowadays, you'd be pretty upset if the thing left you stranded, right? And the same can be said with a used car, And with a used car, especially the one like the Eagle, that's been sitting for, 18 plus years now? You want to get everything that could possibly be an issue just resolved first. So, in essence, you'll be driving like an old school, brand new Toyota Honda when it's all said afterwards, or a rental car. Or you just drive it like you stole it. That's why one should never buy a rental car return, or when they're auctioned off to people to buy them, including new car dealers. Never buy a program car. They have other gimmicky names for them, new car dealers, but you should never buy a rental car because they have been thrashed and trashed, because that's what you do with rental cars. And for starters, most rental cars are not exactly the car you desire in the first place. They're basic transportation, but if you're looking for basic transportation, it'll get you by for a few years with no problems other than routine maintenance, like changing the oil every 3,000 miles, or check the dipstick if it starts to smell like combustion qualities to it. Then change the oil, because that means the byproducts of combustion are starting to break down the additives in the oil. But yeah, don't ever buy a rental car from a rental car place, or used car lot, or a new car dealership, because they're money makers, if you didn't know that. They make more money usually on used cars, including rental returns, than they do on the new cars. Because in most cases, used cars, you can't get finance for it. Like a new car dealership, most of the cars they have on the lot, those are known as floor plans. They're financed. And the way the economy's been going lately, as we all know, many dealers across the United States, and I'm playing the devil's advocate, they kind of get what they deserve, when they were being greedy with the flu and everything that was going on and all that other crap. And still now with inflated MSRPs, legal and not so legal, they deserve what they get. But they're getting their cars repossessed brand new off their lots because they're not wise with their own finances as far as all the money they made over the decades. Little of it has been put into liquid assets, so they have to finance their stock from local banks and get subsidies more recently from the manufacturers. But it's not enough. They're actually losing a lot of money, which serves them right. So how it went off into that tangent, I don't know. But now you know. If a salesman tells you, oh, it was driven by a little old granny, unless they actually have proof, like with the telephone number, registration, name, etc., don't ever buy a rental car from a used car lot, a rental place, or a new car dealership selling them as affordable transportation, because not a good scenario. Because I, like everyone else, when it comes time to rent a vehicle, you drive it like you stole it, because to begin with, they're not the greatest cars in the world. They're just everyday ho-hum transportation. You're not supposed to be going to the bathroom on camera. He's like, shut up, Dad. Excuse me, puppy dog. Oh. Looks like the sun's trying to break out. Blue skies. Can you see the blue skies, people? Maybe this will clear up within a week, which would be nice. Then we can hopefully use up all the stuff we currently have as far as building materials and so forth to go to the home improvement center to buy more stuff. And we've got some stuff ordered online, which we'll have to pick up, which will be nice. But it's absolutely just stunningly beautiful with the winter now officially arrived, because the first snowfall we had, it was like a teaser. That was like, a week or two ago, but I think this will qualify as the first preemptive start to winter and Santa Claus weather. What do you think, Oak? Whoa. I don't know if people can hear that crunch, crunch, but I find it annoying. we're going to have sugarless pancakes for him. And we're going to have regular old normal pancakes for B. Yeah, he loves his homemade food, shall we say. And he usually gets 1 or 2 eggs in the morning, depending on his appetite. He's just like a person in some sense. You could throw him a ribeye steak made specifically for him. And if he's not in the mood for steak, which probably 99% of other dogs would just go goo goo gaga over it, he'll just take his paw and fling it across the floor. Or hide it. He's a goofy little boy. But a good little goofy boy, huh, Okie Dog? Okie Dog, hey, you want to be a YouTube sensation? Dad, you Jimmy. Yep. Well, we got to say goodbye to the people, okay? Okay? Say goodbye to the people. Well, I hope you enjoyed the other stuff that happens on the ranch video. We're not going to do anything worky wise. That's just not worth it. It's one of those take it easy days, shall we say. So if you're new to the channel, please like, leave a comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and if you are new to the channel, welcome. And for the older folks that have been tuning into this BS, have a great day, okay, people? You all have a great day. Hey, look, you want to say your final goodbye? Say right there, okay? He's like, Dad, you ain't using me. See you, people. Bye. Say goodbye, Oak.